Hey, and well met friends, Andang here for another episode of Helm's Deep as we make our way through the amazing zone that Turbines crafted when we last left off. We were hunting game that was needed to help the city survive throughout the siege that may or may not come. Well, probably will come, knowing Saruman, but we shall first defeat this game, then decide if we need it or not. Alright, let's see. Should be another animal up this way. Aha! There's another goat. We shall hide behind these bushes. He'll have no idea we're here. He'll be completely surprised. There we go. Alright, buddy. You got quite a lot of health, don't you? Well, not for long. Soon you shall die. There we go. The goat is dead. Yes. Alright, now we need to race the kid. If you remember, we've already raced him once, and he beat us there somehow, and I'm assuming he has a twin, considering I mounted up and went all the way over there. But you never know. Alright. Let's see here. Of course, he almost definitely beat me over there now, since it's been over a day. Alright. Let's see. It's really not near as impressive if he beat me over there this time. Let's go ahead and dismount. And hopefully we will find the child. Alright. Let's see here. I'm sure he's around here somewhere. Perhaps not. Let's see here. Yes, he should be right here. It should be soon enough. First, let's look around the city here. You got a nice little stream coming through here. That's pretty cool. Very nice little city. But there's a weakness, I must say. Okay. Alright, I'm going to assume it's in here. Just a reminder that you can use Alt F10 to toggle your lantern while outside at night, which is very useful, especially in Moria. Moria is a really important place to have your lantern on, and it's just a little glow that comes off your character and helps you to be able to see things. I personally play every dark place in LOTRO with my lantern turned off, just out of, I guess, kind of a stealth thing, kind of an exploration thing. I don't really want to see where the enemy actually is. I just want to kind of run into them and enjoy the game that way, as opposed to knowing exactly where they're going to be. I think that takes out some of the fun of trying to find where the enemy actually is. But hey, that's just my opinion. Alright, so apparently this is just a storehouse. Alrighty then. This is quite the storehouse though. They got all sorts of storage. Anyway. Aha, yes. Albert, let's talk to you.
Hail, traveler.
Thank you,
Are here
Andang.
to help us.
This will do well for a while. Lady Hindleth will surely be pleased that we have more food set aside for the siege.
Do you bring provisions?
You are too kind. The townsfolk will be terribly glad to see these. A full stomach can cheer a man even on the edge of war. Alright. Excuse me. Okay. Let's continue along. Alright. Oh, there is the kid. Big surprise. Look, can't you just play with these children over here? You don't have to be constantly annoying me. Grimbold has beaten you again.
From afar.
Too slow! Such a shame! Shall we race back to the mead hall? It's not far. Go! Alright, we shall race to the mead hall. Yes. I think it's somewhere over here. I'm probably going in the complete... Yep, going in the complete wrong direction. Alright, he really could beat me if he wanted to. Excuse me, children. This is a very pretty area. Look how pretty this place is. Also causes loading screens to take a long time. Alright, we have to head up that way. Not far. It takes forever to get up there. He's just trying to psych me out. Be like, oh yeah, it's not far, champion. Surely you can make it. Well, I will show him. Alright. And of course, guess who's here? What's he doing to that soldier? Okay. Grimbold has beaten you soundly.
Welcome and well met, my friend.
Grimbold only smiles smugly at you. You find that you don't like this little boy very much. His breathing is not even labored. One more race. Back to the front gate. I'm sure you'll win this time, since you already know the way. Oh, that implies that I did not know the way, but I didn't know the way before. But that implies something good, sir. Alright. We shall head inside here. Show him I'll take forever to win this race. I could beat him if I wanted to. Cats! Is this a cat lady's house?
Dear me, my son has been away so long. How I miss him. The Fords were lost, but surely it was Helm's fault. He and Grimbold had a falling out. I miss my sweet son. He is Thane, a just Thane, and a great warrior.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
How many mothers like to wait for their dear sons to come home from the war? How many will wait forever? Are you here to ask after my son Grimbold? Alas, he is away at the fords. He is a great Thane, and I watch for his return every day. I know Ekbrand will take good care of him.
I'm afraid of what is happening
You
to
are
these
looking
lands.
for a word of my son Grimbold, too. Would that I had it. You are free and to look around my home. I had a letter from him not long ago. He was a dear boy, and he has grown into a great man. I pray every moment for his safe return from the forts. Have a good look around, and don't pay any mind to me if I start to ramble. My visitors are few since my son rode to war.
Alright. Here's the war horn. Of course, they got some nice banners in here. Iglis' voice calls out to you as you examine the old war horn.
When he was a boy, he hid his father's war horn to try to stop him from going off to battle. But of course my good husband knew he had it, and let him have it as a keepsake. His father did not come back from the war, and my dear boy thought that death took his father because he had not his horn to sound the alarm. It took a long while to soothe his fears. My Grimbold feels much. My son's wife never showed me any great kindness. She is as quarrelsome as a woman ever was.
Iglis calls out when you examine a lady's needlework.
Hindlith made that for him when they were first betrothed, and he cherished it always. He loved that wife of his, even after her words cut him like a whip. They had a terrible fight, and he left for war. All Grimslade could hear.
Alright. Nothing in here. Let's see here. Let's head upstairs. There are cats up here too. No wonder he's gone mad. A letter. Eglith calls out as you examine the letter.
Yeah, that is the last letter I have received from my dear son. He wrote about the prince, poor Theodred, how he died in his arms. He wrote that Evelyn was fighting against him in trying to hold the forts. My poor son, he was struggling a great deal.
Alright. The final one. Miniature rider. Eglith calls out as you examine a small figurine.
A gift to my son from Ekbrand. He gave it to my son to remind him of his father's honor, as he died to defend the Westfold. Grimbold has cherished this statuette and its giver ever since. The great lord is like a father to Grimbold. They are both of them great, sacrificing everything for the Bittermark, defending her lands and her king. They love Rohan more than anyone. How it must pain them to see her at war. Come back here, child. I have something more to say.
These are desperate
You take
times
your
for the
leave of
Rohirrim.
kindly Eglith, saying that you have trespassed on her hospitality long enough, and that other pressing matters are at hand.
Of course, of course. You traveling warriors, I know you're like. Always more to do. It was kind of you to stop by and talk to an old woman. I hope you find Grimbold and Ekbrand in time.
Alright. I shall take this bracelet and leave. Enough of this lady. Alright. Let's return to Hindleth. See what he has to say. This whole matter. He's doing a good job chopping wood there. We can go back to the front gate. To hopefully beat him in the race after talking to the old lady for an extremely long period of time. I'm sure that I won't beat him.
Welcome, my friend.
So slow. However, do you travel across the lands when you cannot outrun a boy? Oh no. Let's talk with the townsperson.
The enemy must be punished for encroaching upon our lands.
Those twins have you running all over town, do they? Can't believe you let them trick you. None of the townsfolk have fallen for that trick in many a year. I must say that I knew it the whole time. I'd like to point that out. Okay. Let's head back to the meat hall. Alright. Let's see here. Nearly there. Yes. I know your secret twin.
Welcome, stranger from afar.
It took you long enough to find us out. We always outsmart the people around here, but most of them don't know it. Mother won't let us in the mead hall because she knows we're up to no good. Yes, I can understand why. I can definitely understand why. Terrible child. Let us
Saruman
discuss
will
the
pay
matters
for
at
the
hand.
crimes of the White Hand. How could we possibly survive
Let it
this?
not be said that Hindleth, wife of Grimbold, does not honor guests in her hall. Be seated, Andang. I wish to take your counsel. It is too long since we have had news from the plains. Let us convene now.
Hildith,
Right.
the headstrong wife of Grimbold, now leads Grimslade in her husband's absence.
We have the whole clan here.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
Good, everyone is here. Let us begin at once. Pay attention, everyone. Your Thane is speaking. You're behind on our news of the mark. Since our trade routes fell away, our guest brings word from the fords of Isen have fallen. The lords who held them, Ekfriend, Ehim, and our own Grimbold, are missing. None have heard of them. Matron, our neighboring town, is destroyed, and Martin, and much of the Westfold is in ruin. Our king braces for war in the Hornburg, and Gandalf Greyheim searches high and low for Grimbold and the others. I shall send my 4 swiftest riders out in every direction to look for him in the Westfold. Are you sure that that is wise, my lady? It is a death sentence to ride out now. I advise you to look at your defences or your escape, and waste not on a man, on a horse, or anything else. Are you questioning me, Dunward? No, indeed, Lady Hindworth. It is just that if Grimbold were here, But Grimbold is decidedly not here, is he not? I do not like the fact any more than you do, which is why we must find him. Riders, do you not heed my command? Hear my command? Return to me when you have news of Grimbold. Speak against me again, Dunward, and I will send you from Grimslade. My word is law in Grimbold's absence. My apologies, Lady Hindleth. I only wish to offer my humble counsel. Hindleth has offended everyone with her harsh words.
I'm afraid of what is happening to
Do you
these
wish to help us,
lands.
Andang? You look to be a seasoned warrior. Grimbold took the bulk of our soldiers to fight with him at the fords, and we need all the strength we can muster if we are to survive this war. You ask Hindleth why she asks for help when she turns it away when offered by her counselor. Her face turns to stone. Of course, you are not obligated to stay. Help yourself to whatever hospitality Grimslade has to offer, and then I wish you safe travels. Hindleth gives you a look as hard as stone as you depart. I'm not going to turn my back on you. Don't worry, I'm just backing up slowly. Very slowly backing up here. Yes, don't you feel compelled to take one last... I've been looking at her the whole time. Okay, need to... Let me out. Let me out. You look at Hindleth. From across the mead hall. Utterly alone in the Thane's seat, Hindleth's angry demeanor has dissolved into one deep sadness now that she thinks no one is near. Yes, we should speak with Dunward.
There are not
You
enough
offer your
curses
sympathy
in
to
the
Dunward,
world for the
and tell him
invaders of
that
the
his
lands of
sage
Rohan.
advice did not deserve such harsh reaction. Thank you for saying so, Andang. Grimbold appointed me Chancellor in his absence to help Hindleth, but she will not have a word of me. She is a cold woman. Grimbold is sorely missed. He is loved by all.
The enemy must be punished
I
for
cannot bear to
encroaching
see
upon our
us
lands.
lose more of Grimslade's finest men. I want Grimbold to be found, and Ekbrand and the rest. But I believe he would have come directly to Grimslade if he headed this way. We should not be wasting good men on wild goose chases. Will you help them in their missions and speed their return? Very well. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for watching another episode of Helm's Deep. When we return, we'll hopefully find these riders, and hopefully find the lost thanes of the Westfold in time for the assault on Helm's Deep. Until then, thank you guys so much for watching another episode of Helm's Deep. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again real soon for another episode.
PVMP and subscribe.